G'day everyone, welcome to the channel and welcome to my match reaction of Arsenal v Crystal Palace. I'm obviously going to be speaking from an Arsenal fan perspective and just my thoughts throughout the game and what happened. So after coming out of that game, as it finished up 1-0, I was just feeling mixed emotions really. Good on one hand that we managed to keep it 1-0 after we were down to 10 men. But at the same time, I feel like we should have been up more than one goal in the first half. Because in that first half we dominated, especially the first half an hour. We were playing very, very well, I thought, creating quite a few chances. Probably should have created a lot more, in my opinion, because it seemed like as soon as we got that goal, we kind of just stepped off the gas a little bit and stopped pressuring, almost thinking we'd won the game with one goal. Where when you look at Mikel Arteta and where he came from, Man City, they definitely wouldn't have stopped at just one goal. They would have been they would have just kept going and going. There would have been no hesitation. They wouldn't have even thought about stopping until they're up like 3, I reckon. But yeah, I'm just gonna be going through each player and just evaluating their performances. In my opinion. So I'm gonna start on the right goalkeeper actually, Leno. He was fine. The goal was just a bit unlucky, a deflection off Luiz, and it just bounced over the top. Really windy, and maybe if his positioning was a little bit better, if he just reacted quicker, he possibly could have got to it, but you can't really blame him. And he's been one of our best players this season, so I'm not going to get onto him at all. The only thing that makes me worry is when he has the ball at his feet from out the back, because sometimes he, like a lot of our players, they just take too much time on the ball and then put other players in trouble. But yeah, overall a solid game from Leno. Did make a couple of decent saves. So yeah, moving on to right back now, Maitland-Niles. I was thoroughly impressed with him. He managed to shut down Zaha, which I thought was going to be quite a task and what I was worried about going into the game. He didn't really get forward. He stayed back just to be safe, I guess, and I guess he's not as good going forward as Kolasinac is. So yeah, I thought he was very, very good actually. So props to Ainsley Maitland-Niles. He's on a good run of form at the moment. I see lots of people are impressed with him, and I am too, especially after today. I thought he was great. Socrates, I thought he was just solid. I thought he was fine. He's not the best ball playing centre back, we know that, but he does put a shift in, and he got a nice goal line clearance. So that's got to feel good. It's basically as close as you can get. It's basically a centre back's feeling of scoring a goal when you make a goal line clearance, I guess. And so yeah, I thought he was solid. I don't think he did anything too wrong. And then that gets me to David Luiz. Now I know he was part of the reason why Crystal Palace scored, as it did deflect off him, but I actually really like David Luiz in this game, but not for his defending, unfortunately. I love him when he gets the ball, because he's the one out of the defense that can ping a long ball and find the man. And especially in that first half, every time was just pinging a long diagonal ball and finding Kolasinac every time on that left wing, and it was great to see. And for the goal, he was the one that started. I believe he drilled a pass through to Ozil, who tapped it to Lacazette, who got it through to Aubameyang, who then scored. And that's what I want Arsenal to do more, is just try to get our good forwards on the ball. It seems like everyone's so worried about making the risky pass, and they just play safe and sideways, which frustrates a lot of the people and the fans. But I guess I get that you want to keep possession, but sometimes you just got to find our best players. I feel like we've just got to find Ozil a lot more and play like Lacazette the ball, even if he's got a man right behind him. Use him as a target man. Try to get him involved. Don't be afraid to go forward with it. So yeah, I really like David Luiz, and I loved it at the end when Crystal Palace got the free kick and they tried to take it a bit further up the field, and he just went, grabbed the ball, and told the ref to put it back to where it was. That was great. That was very entertaining. Probably lucky not to get a card there. I thought he'd get a card because, refs are just dodgy about giving out cards. But yeah, I thought he was great today, honestly. Kolasinac, I thought he was just a lot like the other players, great in the first half and then a bit slowed down in the second half. He's definitely one of those players that's great getting forward. but then sometimes he does get caught out of position going back, but Xhaka normally covers for him when Kolasinac wanders forward, and he was just destroying them in the first half. But yeah, I thought he was fine. Sometimes I wish he'd just try to take a person on or two and just try to get a shot off or something. Put some real pressure on. But yeah, I thought him and Aubameyang are linking up better and better every week. So hopefully that continues. Although with Aubameyang suspended now for a few games, so obviously you're gonna have to link up with someone else. So yeah, moving on to the midfield now. I'll start with Torreira. Now, I might be a bit biased because Torreira is one of my favourite players. I thought he was brilliant again in that first half. He just puts in tackles, and he's the little bulldog. He just puts in tackles, and the opposition doesn't even know he's there. And next thing you know, he's poked the ball away, and we're on the counter. And I think he's just a beast, and I hope he stays with us for a long time. So yeah, I thought he was great. Unfortunate that he got injured and came off at the start of the second half. I believe it was when he took that fall when Zaha pushed Pepe into Torreira, and then Torreira jumped for the header and got kind of tunneled a little bit by Pepe. All thanks to Zaha's little push off. So thanks Zaha for that. So yeah, I thought Torreira was great. I feel like if he stayed on, we would have won most likely, because as soon as Arsenal, we don't keep clean sheets very often, but as soon as Torreira came off, I knew there was no chance we weren't conceding, because he covers so many mistakes and puts in so many tackles, just saves us a lot. And then going over to Xhaka now. I find it hard to rate Xhaka just because I'm not his biggest fan, so I don't actually see what he does all the time. And people have been saying he's been great over the past few games, and I will say he's been better. I have noticed he's better, but I don't know. I just expect more from an Arsenal midfielder. Although I don't think he did anything wrong today. I just want him to, I don't know, just play some deeper passes and maybe just take some shots, because we need to start getting some midfield goals. We can't leave the goal scoring all to Aubameyang and Lacazette. Like, our midfield needs to start chipping in with some goals. And Torreira has chipped in with a few when he was playing under Unai Emery, but that was mainly because he was playing him out of position as a cam. So I really want Xhaka to just start shooting and just spreading the ball a lot more, because we know he's got a beautiful left foot on him. We know he's got no right foot, that's for sure. But I just want him to just look for better options and deeper options, to be honest. So yeah, I thought he was fine. I thought he was good, but I don't know. I just always get butterflies when he's on the ball, I guess. I don't know. I just don't trust him. But that's probably just my bias. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. So yeah, and then I'll move up forward to Aubameyang, who, like everyone, he was great in the first half. Good work rate and a lot of. I love it when he cuts inside and then almost becomes a second striker next to Lacazette, which is what led to the goal. He just drifted, came through the middle and got a beautiful through ball and scored the goal. But yeah, obviously the talking points is red card, which he got after VAR referred it. Now, it probably was a red card by the letter of the law, but I don't know. It's just unfortunate, really, and he has cost the team, but he knows that. So I don't want anyone to get on him at all, really, especially since he's been our best player this season and become our captain now. And he's just, without Aubameyang, we'd be in relegation. That's all I'm saying. Like, everyone knows this. You're silly if you don't agree. So yeah, I thought he was good. Obviously, he cost us in the second half. But if anyone's allowed to make a mistake, it's Aubameyang. So yeah, moving on to Pepe now. Pepe, a lot like all these other games, he shows glimpses of brilliance, but sometimes he just doesn't have that final quality, that final ball. Like I remember he sat Gary Cahill on his ass, but then messed up the touch. He would have had a would have been able to score from there, I reckon. And then I think he just needs to just move the ball on a bit quicker as well. Sometimes he just stands out in the wing and just takes forever to try to take on his man, where I feel like he should be moving a bit quicker. But I thought he was good. Unlucky not to score. The keeper made a brilliant save on one of his shots. And that gets us to Lacazette now. I thought he was... I just love Lacazette. I love his work rate. And I feel like the goals will come eventually. He was very unlucky again not to score today. He probably should have tried to lift it over the keeper, but when it was coming that fast, he didn't really have much time. And he did play that beautiful pass to Pepe beforehand, which led to his chance off the ricochet. But yeah, I just love Lacazette. He doesn't have to score for me to rate his performance. Like, his work rate's incredible, and I think that he just gets unlucky with the ref because he just plays quite aggressive and puts in those tackles and challenges, and players just go to ground and it's just ridiculous. And I feel like he was a bit unlucky, but I love Lacazette, love his work rate, and his pass to Aubameyang to score the goal was beautiful. You see, he faked out a player and then just played it through, gave it a little bit of air, and it was just a beautiful pass and goal. But yeah, I actually did forget Ozil. Ozil again was just decent. I feel like we just need to get him on the ball more often. And then yeah, he got subbed out obviously because when you're down to 10 men, you need hard-working players, and Ozil is known as not being the hardest working player. So he got subbed off. And so now I'm just going to quickly go through the subs, and that was, who was that? Guendouzi at halftime. He came on. I don't really have much to say. I thought he was just average. Hard to rate him after just a half. And when that half was not great at all as an Arsenal fan. And then Martinelli, who I absolutely love. Martinelli's probably just about my favourite player at the club. I hope he stays forever. His work rate and just his ability on the ball is just brilliant. Like, as soon as he came on, he got crunched and clattered like 2 or 3 times. I don't know if the opposition targets him because they know he's that good, or if it's just because he's a kid and he's just running around and he gets in to all these collisions and stuff just because he's everywhere. I think he got compared as a Duracell battery because he just never stops running, and he's just a great player. And he played a beautiful ball into Lacazette, who then played it to Pepe, who hit the post. So it was very unlucky there for him not to get an assist or a goal. I hope he gets more playtime in the future because I just love him, and he's just a great player. I thought he was just the best player on our team for the second half, even though he only played 20 minutes. I thought he was great. And then I think it was Reiss Nelson who came on at the very end, but I don't think he got to do anything. So yeah, that's going to be it. All in all, 1 point. Not the worst result, but obviously I feel like we should have tried to put the game out of reach, especially in that first half. We need to really make our chances count, especially away from home, because everyone knows we struggle away, so we really need to try to improve that form. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the vid. Make sure to leave a like and comment your guys' thoughts down below. Do you agree with most of my takes, or let me know who you rate down below in the comments. Like, let me know who you thought performed the best, or who your favorite player for the season is. So yeah, make sure to leave a like, guys. Comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Peace.